Welcome to Old and Outside. We are doing Aravaipa Canyon today. Yeah, we're doing the east entrance because it's harder to get to and it's more rugged. The west entrance is a little over 2 hours from Phoenix, and the east entrance is about 4 hours from Phoenix. You do need a permit. The trail is just over 12 miles from the east trailhead to the west trailhead. If you have a regular car, I recommend going to the west entrance, much easier to get to. If you have decent ground clearance, definitely recommend the east trailhead. If you think your car can handle it, drive the extra 1.5 miles so that you park at Turkey Creek and you're deeper into the canyon. Now we're just gonna hike along this creek. Sometimes you walk through the creek, sometimes you're walking next to it. There's no real defined trail, you just go. All of 2.5 miles. We don't know how far we're gonna have to go to get to the next campsite. We don't need to make excuses. We're lazy. We're lazy.
We came here to relax.
Yeah, we came here to relax, so don't hate on us, okay? So we're gonna set up camp, make some food, make some cocktails.
Yeah.
And play some music.
Woo,
so
yeah.
We'll turn the camera back on if we do anything interesting, okay? Interesting and rated PG-13 or less.
Yes.
She's tougher than she looks, folks. Look at her, she's building a fire. I got our kitchen set up and cooked us dinner. So, traditional gender roles here, I guess, right?
Fuck the patriarchy.
Yeah, fuck the patriarchy. This cave woman over here, tending to the fire.
Rah.
Dinner's about done. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be so good. So this is pretty much what we're doing on day 2. Absolutely nothing, just laying in the tent, waiting for the rain to stop. The rain finally let up. There's a few hours of daylight left, so we're gonna do what we wanted to do today, even though we're already kind of like in the mode of just like we accepted our fate. We were just gonna hang out at the campsite and do nothing. And now the weather is good, and of course I'm Mr. Hyperactive Restless, and I'm like, we should go for a walk down the stream. We only went 2.5 miles in to get to our campsite, which is an amazing campsite, and I'd be happy hanging out there all day, but I also want to get here in this beautiful stream. How could you not? Look at this, it's so amazing. Haven't even gone a half mile. You could pretty much camp anywhere. Looks like there's another flat spot over there on the other side that you could camp at. We set up camp where we did partly because we didn't know if we were going to be committed to another 2 or 3 miles to find another good campsite. But I think if you're doing this, you could kind of put those fears at rest, at least from the east end. In the first few miles, it looks like there's just good spot after good spot to find a place to put a tent. When you're coming from the west end, which we did once, we did find that the campsites did seem to be a little bit more spread out on the west end. Do you think that's the case?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's nice. Look at that. I want to go for a swim in there. I'm going to go for a swim right now.
Really?
It's not really swimming, it's just laying down. Ah, 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 ah. Another good thing about the west side of this trail is that there's no people. You get better scenery, I think, better adventure, and fewer people. You just get a longer, gnarlier drive to the trailhead. But worth it. All right, we managed to have about a 1 mile adventure. Now we're gonna go back. It's pretty cool, it gets pretty rugged. You probably want something hardier than our little 5-finger water shoes for something like this. Probably the wrong shoe. These are great for walking around on stuff like this, but if it's really rugged and you're gonna go a long distance, probably want something a little heavier duty. They're weird, but you know, they're really fun to rock hop with. These are just kind of like thin on the sole. If these were just a little bit heavier duty, they'd probably be great for this kind of stuff. And they are, just not for like a really long time. Next time, I think what I'll do is my trail running shoes and just walk through the water, get them wet, doesn't matter. I'll also bring another pair of shoes with me to wear at the campsite, and then when it's time to walk through the water, put the wet shoes back on. Time to go home.
Yeah. Kitties.
Time to go see the kitties. Yay. GoPro, stop recording.